What's up, everybody? A very welcome along to this Anfield Agenda Champions League preview. I was going to say the Reds take on their home tie against Leipzig, but as we all know, it's been moved to the Puskás Arena in Budapest, the same place where the first leg took place. We do know that Liverpool have a 2-0 advantage. Those two goals, of course, do count as away goals, but this is going to be a very difficult game. Yes, we have a good cushion. That's great going into it, but Julian Nagelsmann and Leipzig will have set their stall out. I think they're going to come at us 100 miles an hour from the start. There's a lot I want to get to and I want to talk about this. But as always, I did catch up with Leon from our sponsor Boyle Sports earlier on. So look, Leon, thankfully, we're heading back to the Puskás Arena for the second leg against Leipzig, a neutral venue. And I never thought I'd be saying this, but I'm really looking forward to not being at Anfield for a while.
Yeah, I think me, you, every Liverpool fan, players, staff, I think just getting away from Anfield at the moment is going to be a welcome boost. It's back to a totally different competition. We played very well in the first leg. Yes, Leipzig had a couple of chances. You would expect that. They're a very talented side. They have a lot of power. They have a lot of pace. But Liverpool dealt with most of what was thrown at them that night. Alisson pulled off a big save early second half. And the two goals we got, yeah, they were two mistakes. But it was the nature of the finishing that I was very impressed with. It was something, especially from Mane, which he hasn't shown for quite a considerable amount of time in the Premier League, although he was the last man to score for us from play against West Brom. That's how far back we have to go. However, since then, the front three just haven't been at it. Diogo is coming back. He obviously got a full game under his belt. It'll be a big chance for him to stay fit from now to the end of the season. Look, Liverpool just need to get through into the quarterfinals because whatever's happened in the league, it's gone. Top four, it's gone. Forget about it. Don't worry about the league this year. It's just going to go down as one of those seasons that we're going to have to ride it off. But we have a lot to play for. We have a lot to play for in Europe. If we can get into the quarterfinals and we can get ourselves a favourable draw, and that just means avoiding City and avoiding Bayern Munich. I'll take any other of the 5 quarterfinalists over 2 legs. I still believe we're capable of beating whoever we get out of those 5 teams. If we got City or Munich over 2 legs, I would worry. But I think we're well capable of getting through against Leipzig. This is our home game, but we're playing it in the same arena as of our last victory in terms of, okay, we beat Sheffield United. But this was a big game in the last 16 where we played exceptionally well. We stood up to the challenge. We're going to need leaders on Wednesday night. And we've questioned this before, Craig, speaking with you, whether it be the podcast or whether it be previewing a game. We need men to stand up and be counted on the field of play. Not before a match, not after a match, during a match. That's when you stand up and you let your football do the talking. It's a massive game for everybody connected with Liverpool Football Club. But I have still belief that this side can get us through. And hopefully after the whole international break, a few of our players will get to rest because we look tired. We really do look tired. We're not chasing. We're not pressing. We're not doing what we do. But yet we insist on keeping a high line. Without a press, a high line is one of the easiest forms of defence to break down.
Yeah, do you know what interests me about this? A couple of things. Firstly, I'm interested to see how Julian Nagelsmann approaches this from a Leipzig perspective because the old cliche, the first goal in this one's going to be really, really important. If we get it, you'd almost say tie done then, Leon, because I can't see us conceding 4. If they get it, do the nerves creep in from our side? Has that bit of confidence that we've lost gone? Or is this completely different mindset because the guys know that this is it? It's this or nothing this season. And we are set up to probably be better in Europe.
Absolutely. We're set up to be better in Europe. I think Thiago will come back in. Very important player. Key and crucial for him. We were all expecting the world, probably too much from Thiago when he came to the football club. Because of injuries, because of lack of personnel, it hasn't really worked out for him. But in Europe, he has the chance to become a leader on the field of play. He's got the chance to dictate the tempo, like he done with Bayern Munich. Every single thing they did went through Thiago. He sped it up, he slowed it down. Europe suits him. He's got more time on the ball. He's got he's obviously struggling to adjust to the physicality of the Premier League. But in Europe, in the Champions League, when you don't come up against obviously English opposition, i.e. Man City, but I just think even against Chelsea in Europe, it's a different mindset. It's a two-legged affair if you get to the quarterfinal. And Thiago has been excellent. Even against Leipzig, that game, he was brilliant that night. So here's hoping he can put in another really strong performance. And I want to see Fabinho play in the middle of the park alongside Thiago. If Kabak is back, we play Kabak and Phillips as centre halves. No more centre midfielders playing for Liverpool in that position. Leave Fabinho to sit in front of them. He'll give them enough cover. I've no worry about that.
You know what? I said on Twitter yesterday, it would be the most Liverpool thing ever for us to go on now and win the Champions League. After everything, after how crap we've been for the second or the first part of 2021, it wouldn't it be just the most Liverpool thing ever that it's in Istanbul, we have this Lazarus-like comeback from nowhere of the season and go on and win out big ears for number 7.
Well, look, I think when you look at the personnel we currently possess, even with all our injuries, it's a better side that won the Champions League in 2005. With all due respect to those players who were heroic throughout that competition. But if you look at it even man for man, if we got even the players that we have who can come back before the quarter-final stage, because we must remember, I think it's nearly a 4-week break, Craig, until the quarter-finals actually start. So I think on paper, this Liverpool side is still capable of doing something special on any given day. And with everything that's happened, with the tragic loss of Jurgen's mum, of Ali's dad, of all the injuries, I think we've just got to forget about the Premier League. It's over, it's done. But Europe does still give us a chance to get silverware. And if these players can get that little bit of a feeling back for this competition in particular, there's no one to say that we can't go a long way. And who knows, maybe lift the European Cup for number 7. Wouldn't that be a tremendous way to finish off a brutal league campaign? Because I think we have to be fair. It's been shocking, really, watching this side kind of deteriorate at home in the last 8 matches. It's been really tough for the players, for the management, for everyone associated with the club, and for us as fans. We're just humble fans. It hurts us quite as much as anybody inside that dressing room.
Before I let you go, Leon, give us a score prediction for this one. Obviously, we know we've got 2 technical away goals in the bank, same arena as we know, but we've 2 away goals in the bank and a clean sheet. So what are your predictions for this one?
Yeah, look, I think, when you mentioned Leipzig have got to go and attack. They need goals. It's as simple as that. And maybe that will suit Liverpool. It might leave us some space. I hope he sticks with Jota. I'd like to actually see, I think Jurgen will try and play 3 in the middle. And who that's going to be will probably be Gini and Thiago and one other. For me personally, I'd love to see Fabinho. I think both teams will score in this game, Craig, because I think Leipzig, they were unlucky not to score in the home tie. I think they will score, and I think Liverpool will score. And if I had to just go for a prediction, the draw is 12-5. I think that probably represents the best value instead of trying to pick a team to win this tie. And I'm going to go for a score draw, 1-1, but 12-5 just for the draw. I just think Liverpool, the way we're playing at the moment, there's no doubt that confidence is lacking a little bit. But I think if we can get into the quarterfinals, you must remember, there's only 8 sides left then. It's game on. And we've all witnessed in the Champions League, there's always shocks. And even if we were to go in there and get I'm not saying like an easier opponent than Munich or City, but I just feel even with Liverpool's history in this competition, maybe we'll see a couple of more players back before the quarterfinal. Who knows? Fingers crossed. Big VVD would be a very welcome addition should he come back around the middle of April. But let's get through here against Leipzig. It's not going to be easy, and your point is well made. The first goal really is crucial here. I honestly hope, for our sake, it's the Red Men who get it, because of how fickle we are at the minute when we go behind. I cannot actually remember the last game during this season where we've gone behind and won. I actually can't remember. It's been that long ago. So I don't want us to go 1-0 down on Wednesday night. I want us to try and at least score the first goal in this match.
I think it's a fair point, and yeah, it's going to be a very, very interesting 45 minutes for the first half, 45 minutes for the second half. But I think the draw is the smart money, if I'm being honest. If I was to have a little flutter on this as well, I don't want to give away my score prediction for the latter part of this video when I record it later on, but I think you're not too far off with that, and I think it's a decent price as well. So, that's where I'd probably, if I was to have a sneaky little tenner on this, I'd probably be looking at the score draw.
Yeah, I just want to see a bit more. I just want to see a bit more effort. I want to see all areas of our play, whether it be attacking, whether it be retrieving, whether it be defending. Let's up the tempo a bit across all areas, across like the field of play. We need it. We need to see runners in behind again. We need to see midfielders try and get that ball back. And we need to see our defenders defend. Defend first, because that's very important. A lot of these losses we've suffered have been 1-0s. I think out of the last 6 defeats at home, I think 4 of them were 1-0. City, obviously, a couple of mistakes. But I just feel, Craig, we need to roll our sleeves up. We need to get the finger out, and let's go back to being Liverpool. And who knows, different competition, get over the line here on Wednesday night. I don't care how we get over it. Just get our name into the draw for the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And just hearing that, quarterfinals of the Champions League, surely that will reignite our season.
None of us are expecting an easy evening's work. Leipzig are a good side. They're fighting up at the top of the Bundesliga with Bayern Munich, and they improve season on season. They have a track record of bringing through great players. They've lost good players over the years. They've lost Werner. We know that Upamecano is going to be going to Bayern Munich at the end of the season. Kanade has a buyout clause in his contract as well, so they're going to want to give it one big push. They know they're up against it. They know they conceded 2 goals against us. 2 goals that came from individual errors from them and were finished magnificently by us. So with that in mind, let me start off with my score prediction. And this is the prediction I'm going to go for this game. 2-2 draw. I think both sides are going to score. 2-2 draw will do me just fine. That will put us through 4-2 on aggregate if that was the case. I think it'll be an open affair. I think, as always in these things, the first goal is going to be vitally important, like when I spoke with Leon earlier on. But, I do think that'll do us. Even the vein of form that we're in isn't great. We'd seen that a trip to Hungary, a little break for the lads, seemed to galvanise them, get them back together, and we got a great result in the first leg. Julian Nagelsmann is a very good coach, and he's going to go on to bigger and better things as time goes on. He'll be linked with a host of top jobs in Europe, and when he was at Hoffenheim, he had them playing great, came into Leipzig, and again is doing a cracking job there. So without any further ado or waffle, let me get straight to my predicted 11 for this game and see what you guys think about it. So here's my predicted starting 11 for the game. As you can see, I've gone for Alisson in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold to come back in at right back. Nico Williams did start the last league game. There was a lot of changes to that team that shocked many of us. Left back, Robbo. I know people want Fabinho in midfield, and I understand it, but we just need to get through this game, and we need to do it by having experience at the back for me. So I'm going to go for Fabinho to come back in to partner Kabak, who did miss the last game with a little knock, but I'm hoping he'll be available for the game against Leipzig on Wednesday. Then into midfield, this was a tough area to choose from, but I've gone for Curtis Jones, Gini Wijnaldum and Thiago. It was really difficult not to put Keita in there. In fact, I toyed around with the idea of taking Thiago out and putting Naby Keita in. But Europe seems to suit Thiago. That's where he excels in the big moments, in the big competitions. And at least Naby Keita is an option. Albeit maybe the gaffer will go with Keita instead of Jones. I don't know. But that's the 3 I think Kloppo will go with for the game. And then up front, yes, you can see I have made a change. No Bobby Firmino. I think Diogo Jota needs to start on the left. Or what Mohamed Salah put through the centre, where he can be at his devastating best. And then right hand side, Sadio Mane. Now what does that mean for us? It means that we've got a few options, folks, with regards to players coming off the bench. We'd have a Bobby Firmino there. We'd have Naby Keita there. If we were going off my starting 11, Chamberlain would be an option to come off the bench as well. We do know as well 5 substitutions are allowed in the Champions League, so we will have a squad with 9 substitutes on the bench as well, so that gives the gaffer a bit more flexibility. But no matter what happens, we just need to get through this tie. We need to get through this tie, and then I believe, if my memory's right, there's around a month or so until the quarterfinals. Now, we've seen Virgil van Dijk back out doing training at Anfield, or excuse me, at Melwood. No, not at Melwood, at Kirby, doing some running on the pitch. I don't want to read too much into that because there's still a long way to go. But it is another step up in his rehabilitation. We wouldn't be too far off having El Capitan Jordan Henderson back at that point as well. Maybe not for the first leg, but certainly for the second leg. So for me on Wednesday, it's just all about getting through the tie. A 2-2 draw isn't the end of the world. 0-0 wouldn't be the end of the world. You know, I just want us to get through it, get our names into the quarterfinal. Because if we're being really honest about it, folks, the top 4, it's gone for us for this season. And the only way we can get back in Champions League football is by winning the competition. It's a huge ask. And based on the form that we've been shown lately, it's highly unlikely. But you know what? I said this on Twitter, and wouldn't it be the most Liverpool thing ever if we were to go on and rise from the ashes and come and actually win the Champions League? The fact that the final is in Istanbul obviously has a lot of great memories for Reds around the world. I'm expecting a cracking game. I'm expecting a game filled full of goals. We will, of course, be covering it here on Anfield Agenda. Jack Gill will be live with the team announcement news show. Then I'll be coming on at 7:30 for the watch along, the build up and the watch along. And then, of course, a post-match show coming up straight afterwards as well. I hope you can join us for that one. Thank you to everybody, by the way, that helped us hit 82,000 subscribers. 18 to go before we hit that 100k, and we're able to give Mr. Connor Crosby that YouTube silver play button. If you can help us out in any way by hitting that subscribe button, dropping a like on the video, please do. Let me know your thoughts around my predicted 11. Let me know what changes you'd like to see, and let me know your score predictions as always. And again, I want to say a massive thank you to our sponsor, Boyle Sports, without whom we wouldn't be able to do these videos. So massive thank you to Leon, to Emer, and the whole team at Boyle Sports as well. So I'll let you go about your night, but I'll have my charity bet ready for the day as well. I think this video, I'm recording this in full disclosure on what day is it today? On Monday. I think the video is going to be going out on Tuesday, so 12 p.m, something like that. As always, I hope that you're all well. I know it hasn't been great for us in the league, but this is a chance to reset, go to fresh competition, and hopefully start to get back some momentum and some wins. You know I love each and every one of you. Thank you for your continued support. Don't forget to drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and tune in on Wednesday for this watch along, because it's a big game in the season, folks. Take care, and up the Reds.